militias of Misrata walk with a swagger. They have every reason to feel confident. They've almost defeated Daesh in the coastal city of Sirte.
هذول كلهم كلاب هذول يهود هذول كلهم اعداء الله هذاك دول تعامل معهم بيش عامل نفس الاسلوب ونفس الحساب التعامل معهم ضروري منهم هذول كما تعامل هم تعامل معهم حتى هم احنا ديننا دين الاسلام بس
الله اكبر
لا اله الا الله محمد رسول الله بس اكثر منها ما عندنا شيء ثاني.
But the battle has come at a huge cost to them. More than 500 men have been killed, so why does he keep coming out here to fight Daesh?
في أكثر من 500 شهيد، فأنت ليش تعرض في نفسك للخطر؟
لا عادي من أجل ليبيا يموتوا حتى 1000 2000 3 عادي يعيشوا الثانيين صغار الثانيين يكبروا ويعيشوا عادي يموتوا كلهم ما شاء الله. شوف إن شاء الله ربي يحفظ الطريق كلها إن شاء الله ربي ينصرنا ينصر جميع الثوار يا رب.
This is a last push by the fighters against Daesh in Sirte. They've been battling the group since May. They've encountered fierce resistance, snipers, explosive devices. The group is pinned down a few hundred metres behind us in one small part of the city. Only a few blocks away, a field hospital is dealing with the worst cases from the front. Here, men are dying. Too many of them. Men who fought together, grieved together. The blood is washed away. Doctors and nurses steel themselves for another day. It's been brutal.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر.
Yes, snipers, all snipers and landmines, explosives. They are well trained. They have been in search for 2014, from March 2014 in search. So they are trained very well, and the government don't have this equipment or the good trained snipers, and they held the city for too long. They know it's better than us, so they are better than us in snipers.
Daesh moved into Sirte, taking advantage of a power vacuum in the city that used to be Gaddafi's hometown. In May, the group decided to take more territory. Its fighters moved west and attacked a checkpoint 80 kilometres from Libya's third largest city, Misrata. That was too close for Misrata's militias, or military brigades. So they planned an offensive to fight Daesh and retake Sirte. It started in May and is called Banyan Masos, or Operation Solid Structure. Mohammed Darat is one of its top commanders, in charge of the Central Front and 2,000 men.
أنا قلت لك تو الآن العدو أصبح ما عشان عندما يخسر العدو أصبح شرس، العدو بدأ متحصن، بدينا تو حتى المكان اللي نتقدموا له النقص في المكان نتقدموا نلقوا فيه العدو مازال، ولهذا العدو أصبح أكثر شراسة، ولهذا المعركة أكثر صعوبة من دي قبل. هذا سبب التأخير في عدم الحسم نفس النمط الأول.
Fighters from Misrata have captured most of Sirte now. The outskirts, the port, the convention centre. This is the neighbourhood they are still battling to take, District 1. Around it, apartment buildings are crumbling. Sirte has emptied out, 70,000 residents have fled. Streets have become death traps. Wire is attached to improvised explosives.
بالتأكيد هذه معركة ما خضناهاش قبل، معركة عدو مخادع، عدو عنده أساليب غريبة مش موجودة قبل في الحروب، أساليب التفجير والمفخات والخدع والكذا والقناصين، كلها أساليب مخادعة، ولهذا عدو ذكي وعدو منظم مش سهل.
Under Daesh, a roundabout became a place to hang people. And properties were stamped by the group's tax collectors to seize and to tax, funding its so-called caliphate. But there are some signs of life. Men taking a break, recovering from a shrapnel wound, and complaining about a lack of American support.
بنوجهها للحكومة هذه. الحكومة احنا ما لقيناش منها دعم وجد، دعم الطيران الأمريكي، لكن بالنسبة للأرض لوط ما ريناش أي دعم، كمدرعات كي واحد يقول لك حكومة دعم، ما فيش دعم. الدعم اللي يحكوا عليه هذا ما بناكش منه دعم بس. لو نظر الدول الثانية في كالعراق والنصر الدعم اللي لها وجيل لليبيا ما ناكش. كالمدرعات والدروع والأسلحة هذه الأسلحة قاعدة الأول اللي احنا نستعملوا فيها، ما عندنا شيء جديد بك. كلنا نصينوا فيها ونجيبوا فيها الأسلحة اللي بتاع 2011.
On the front line, there are long hours to fill, looking for the position of Daesh snipers. They've proved deadly, killing many Libyan forces, along with a Dutch journalist.
ممكن 200 متر 150 متر، مرات يجوا للبنية هذه يما يسألوا اللي يجوا للبنية هذه، مرات احنا نمشوا لهم للبنية هذه. البنية هذه هي اللي بيننا وبينهم، هذه وهذه. هذين الزوز هم اللي بيناتنا احنا تو.
A few floors above, they're preparing to fire at the enemy. The battle ebbs and flows. And after a day on the front line, tanks, this one with a damaged barrel, return to base. No ground has been captured. Still, there are ice creams for the soldiers. And back at base, in a petrol station, men stretch out, eat lunch, and for a moment, relax. In between the petrol pumps, we meet a man, just freed from a Daesh prison and reunited with his son. The group accused him of spying.
طب الحياة تحت داعش تمشي هم على ما كيف ما يقولوا هم تمشي عليه، عرفها تطبق. أول شيء نقاط تفتيش، يلقى عندك الكتيب السيارة يقول لك هذا كتيب نظام انت الذي تتعامل به كفر وطواغيت، وجوا السفر يقول لك هذا ممنوع. مسلمين نفتحوا فتوحات تونس ومصر والبلدان العرب يعني عربيه يقول لك نفتحها كل، وهم يعتقدون ان بيفتحوا روما.
Sirte is full of buildings which Daesh turned into prisons. An old army barracks held dozens of condemned men. A children's daycare centre also became a prison. A Daesh flag on the wall. Another room full of female mannequins. They were banned under Daesh, deemed too indecent. And in case any prisoners, including foreigners, didn't know how they were supposed to pray, Daesh prepared this in English. The prisons weren't only used as a place to punish and torture people. Daesh also used them to collect information about the people it controlled, and it was organised. You can see here that the group had envelopes printed with its logo, both small and large envelopes, as well as forms that it used to maintain its administrative control on the city. And many of the people who spent time here are still deeply affected by it. We're shown around by a man who spent 4 months being shuttled between different jails. Sometimes Daesh carried out mock executions on him. Now he fears that when the group is defeated, people will accuse each other of collaboration.
والله احنا تمنينا هيك يعني واني يعني شبحنا الناس يعني شفنا الناس انا كلها ناويه على المصالحه يعني كلها تعبت من الفوضى اللي فيها ليبيا يعني اذا ما اتجهوش كلهم للمصالحه ليبيا حتبدا كلها في الدم دائما.
Sirte is the first great battle for Libya's new UN-backed government in Tripoli. It's pulled together all the Misrata militias and others from Tripoli and Sirte into a national force. Young men, untrained and poorly equipped. Their army is far from ideal, but this is the only one Libya's got. Nicole, Johnston, The Newsmakers.